Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Agung Santoso. I'm part of the Jakarta Campus International, Batch 8. Welcome to the defense of my thesis, titled Smart Beta Factor Investing. Before we start, I would like to thank and welcome to my advisor, Mr. Eddie Junarsin, as well as the board of the examiner. That being said, let us continue. The CAPM theory states that only market risk, or beta, could generate risk premium for the investor. As a result, investors just need to hold market portfolio or capitalization weighted portfolio. But the capitalization weighted method may expose investors with potential drawback, such as concentration, volatility, and the tendency to invest in the expensive stock. To fix that issue, scholars explore other strategies and look for the solution. In the search for alternative, scholars turn to factor investing. Over decades, scholars have identified other risk factors besides beta market risk that can bring higher return to investors than market capitalization weighted index. The most common risk factors are size, value, quality, momentum, and low volatility factor. This table summarizes 5 common factors and definition of each factor. Value factor try to capture excess return from undervalued company. Size factor try to capture excess return from small market cap companies. Low volatility try to rank securities based on the lowest volatility ranking in order to minimize the impact of market fluctuation. Momentum factor try to capture investment trend by rank securities relative to peers using relative strength methodology. Quality factor try to capture excess return from good quality company that is defined by its profitability, quality of earning, and other fundamental indicators. Let us continue with what is smart beta. Smart beta investing is an investment strategy that emphasizes the use of alternative index construction rule than traditional market capitalization weighting. Smart beta emphasizes capturing investment factor in a rule-based and transparent way. The most common factors used in smart beta are size, value, momentum, volatility, and quality. In recent years, smart beta strategies have attracted significant attention from the asset management industry. This graph shows the smart beta adoption rate published by the FTSE Russell Report 2019. This graph shows a clear trend that the adoption rate of the smart beta continues to grow globally. Let us continue with our research question. This thesis have 2 questions to be answered. The first one is, does the implementation of smart beta strategies in the portfolio construction can enhance the portfolio performance better than the capitalization weighted market portfolio, which is Indonesia Composite Index? Which smart beta strategy has the best performance if the strategies are implemented using Indonesia stock? This page shows the research model. Start with the investment universe. There are 365 stocks, consist of the constituent of the LQ45 for the middle and large cap stock, and IDX SMC for the middle and small cap stock. The second step is the score calculation, and choose 50 stocks with the highest scores. and then make calculation and portfolio construction. Rebalancing is important. It can be done annually or semi-annually, depend on the strategies. The purpose of the rebalancing is to keep the portfolio track the desired factor, because the underlying condition always change over time. The final part of this thesis is portfolio performance measurement. This is the summary of the smart beta strategies used in this thesis. For size strategy, all constituents on an index have an equal weighting. You can see here that weight equal to 1 over n, with n is the number of the constituent in an index. For value, I use three parameters: PBV, price earning ratio, and enterprise value per cash flow from operation. For quality, we use three parameters: return on equity, debt to equity ratio, and earning variability. For momentum, we use two parameters: Sharpe ratio 6 months and Sharpe ratio 12 months. For low volatility, I use annualized volatility. The right column shows how the score is calculated. The next table is about performance measurement. We use 5 common performance measurement, such as holding period return, Sharpe and trainer ratio, Jensen alpha, and information ratio. The right column shows the equation how the measurement is conducted. Let's continue with the result. This graph shows the comparison of the smart beta portfolio and Indonesia Composite Index in terms of cumulative return. We can see that all smart beta portfolio have cumulative return higher than the Indonesia Composite Index during the 2015 and 2020 observation period. The value, the size, and the momentum have the best performance, and low volatility and quality have the worst performance during this observation period. This table shows the performance summary of the smart beta portfolio and Indonesian Composite Index. We can see that during the observation period, all the smart beta portfolio can generate positive Jensen alpha. With the highest is the value strategy, 21.8%, followed by the size, 10.84%, and momentum, 10.34%. During this period, smart beta portfolio also have the Sharpe ratio and trainer ratio higher than the Jakarta Composite Index. We can see that there is a minus sign in the low volatility and Indonesian Composite Index. It means that the annual return is below the risk-free rate. For the risk-free rate, I choose 10-year Indonesian government bond. This table also shows that the information ratio of the smart beta portfolio is positive. It means that smart beta portfolio can outperform the Jakarta Composite Index. Information ratio also measures the consistency of the portfolio to generate the excess return. The higher the value of the information ratio, it means that the more consistent the portfolio can generate the excess return. From the table, we can see that the value strategy, size strategy are the best in terms of information ratio. Okay, let us continue with this graph. This graph shows that the performance of the Jakarta Composite Index during 2015 until 2020. During this period, we can divide this period into 4 smaller periods. The first one is 2016 until 2017, which is market bullish. 2018 until 2019, market tend to move sideways. And then the beginning of 2020, market bearish because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And March 2020 until the end of the 2020, market start to recover. This is the performance during bullish market from 2016 until 2017. We can see that the value, size, and momentum have the highest Sharpe ratio. This three strategy has the best performance during this market cycle. During the sideways market from 2018 until 2019, we can see that value strategy have the Sharpe ratio 0.25, size 0.16, and momentum 0.01. So value, size, and momentum strategy have the best performance during this market cycle. This is the performance during COVID-19 pandemic 2020. From this graph, we can see that the market and all the portfolio drop significantly in the beginning of the years, start from January until the end of the March. And then after March 2020 until the end of the year, the market start to recover. We can see that the value strategy, size, quality, and low volatility have the cumulative return all year above the market Jakarta Composite Index. And the momentum strategy has the cumulative return below the market during all years 2020. This table shows the performance during pandemic. We can see that the maximum drawdown during COVID-19 pandemic, we can see that the value strategy dropped significantly to 38.76 drop, followed by size and momentum. Almost all the strategy experience deep drawdown except for the low volatility. But from 24 March 2020 until the end of the 2020, the market start to recover. We can see that the value experienced the fast recovery and jump to 106.41%, followed by size. During this COVID-19 pandemic, we can see that momentum have the worst performance compared with other smart beta strategies. After it dropped minus 30.19%, it only recovered 31.22% from the bottom. Okay, let us make a summary from our finding. The smart beta portfolio can outperform the Jakarta Composite Index in terms of Sharpe ratio and trainer ratio. The smart beta strategies can generate the positive alpha in the Jensen alpha measurement and also positive information ratio. The smart beta value strategy has the best performance among other smart beta, followed by the momentum and size. The smart beta quality and low volatility have the worst performance among other smart beta strategies. In this last part of the presentation, I will explain about the limitation of this research. The research scope is based only 5-year historical data and 365 companies. If the scope is changed, the result might be different. The problem of using parameter that cannot be interpreted correctly for stock in certain industry. For example, debt to equity ratio in certain industry tend to have the higher debt to equity ratio, and in the score calculation, it can deteriorate the result. This thesis also doesn't account for the free float of its stock. This thesis also doesn't account for possible low-grade fee. Okay, this marks the end of the presentation. Thank you for your attention and see you in the future.